Okay. Wow. Look at that. Okay, good.
Hey, hit the other little display button to put it side by side.
There we go.
Oh, look, I'm in the middle now.
Oh, there you go.
What the hell?
Okay.
Like I just suddenly became the big cheese. How did that happen?
Okay, now Mike, you got.
I didn't even have one of these things.
You got to put your audio back to your good mic again. It flipped over again, but
oh my god.
No, it sounds great. It sounds great.
Oh, it does? Oh, it sounds totally different than it was in the other one. Okay, now can you hear this when we talk about the free wins? This is
No.
You hear that?
No.
Okay, I gotta
It's because it's in your headphones.
Unbelievable. Okay, so let me go to the let me see where if I can go to the comments. Oh, yeah, there we go. Comments.
Hey, Mr. AV guy, you're supposed to be the one that knows all this.
Well, I know, but I couldn't test it until we were live. I can't listen on. Okay, so now I got the questions here.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, we're live already.
What's that?
We're live already.
What did you think?
Yeah,
I thought we were still in the backstage of the studio.
Oh no, we're doing it. Okay. We're doing it, man. I've fired it up. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Hey, I wasn't the one saying stuff. You were, so it's all good.
Hey, no flies on Headley.
Yeah, we're rolling it. We're rolling it. Okay,
I got to answer one of these. This all cap question. Hey, Mike, is Leah a nice person in real life? Absolutely. Leah is someone that I am grateful and honored to have as a friend, and what the person that I consider is my sister of choice. My sister is disconnected from me, so I adopted Leah as my sister. She is, if you want to have someone that will have your back and will be as kind and generous and thoughtful to her friends, you can't go wrong with Leah Remini. I promise you, she is absolutely amazing. And yes, she is very demanding. Yes, she's, got a foul mouth. Yes, she's from Brooklyn. Yeah, all the other stuff. And underneath that exterior is the kindest, nicest, most thoughtful person that you could possibly ever come across.
Nice. Okay, here's another one. Would Dave Miscavige have to step aside if LRon comes back? That's true.
Yeah, he would.
He would, but guess what? Dave knows he's not coming back.
And guess what? Anybody that showed up claiming to be LRon, no, it wouldn't work. There's no way. There would be suddenly there would be all of these criteria that would be necessary in order for such a person to exist, and they would just be invented. Like, okay.
No one's going to pass the smell test at this point. Going forward.
Everybody would just be declared to be a plant, by the
Totally.
government.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What do we got here? We got... Oh, there's just silliness in here. Yeah, somebody's talking about Stan Marsh, and here we go. What happened to Toronto, Ontario? Once they had a recruitment test. Yeah, I think they were renovating a new place, and they just never finished it.
No. Okay, Toronto Org, the big building on Yonge Street was bought at the direction of Ron Hubbard in 1978. I remember because I was involved with that. He directed that this building be bought because it was the perfect location for an org, and it was on, Yonge Street is a main drag in downtown Toronto. They had that building forever. When Miscavige came out with the Ideal Org program in 2002, whenever that was, every org was supposed to find a building that was larger than 40,000 square feet to accommodate his, all his requirements. And Toronto was one of the very few organizations in the world that had a building that was considered to be big enough. So all they needed to do was fix it up to have the, robot Div 6 shit in the ground floor, and, the course rooms organized, and make it look pretty. And for the last 20 years, They haven't been able to do that, and they started demolishing the building in order to renovate it, but then they don't have the money to renovate it. So the demolished building sits empty while they're still paying for that building, and they are renting some place in a shop above a storefront out in the boonies in somewhere near Toronto. So that's sort of a typical ideologue story for you.
Yep. Okay, here's here, we're going to do this. I have a question for you, Mike. When I got those files that were like my OSA dossier, like all the different correspondence going back and forth.
Yep.
They're being written, 99% of them are being written by Kirsten Catano in OSA, or the head of OSA, Linda
Hamill.
Linda Hamill.
Yep.
And they're being written to a WDC OSA.
Yep.
Who is that person?
Probably me.
Okay,
It might have been Kurt Weiland at some point. It might have been Mike Sutter at some point, but most likely it was me.
Okay. Because so basically on my channel for the next, I don't know, few months, I'm going to do a video every single week where I just read one of those and explain everything that's happening in that. And there's a few, so almost all of them are from OSA and they're being sent up to WDC OSA.
Right.
But there's a few where there's questions coming down, and the reports that Kirsten's sending are like, could be 2 pages, 3 pages, 8 pages. And the dispatches coming from you down are like 4 sentences. There's never any, it's brevity is key. If you're WDC OSA, it's just like 3 questions, 4 questions, 1 question. That's it.
Right.
It's almost usually like, your plan will never work. Points 5 and 6 are insane. And better come up with a new handling. That's it.
Oh, okay. Well,
anyway, I just wanted to ask because I was reading them and I was like, I think Mike is the one who's writing these questions.
That's probably true, and it sounds sort of like me. Like, I got to tell you, Marc, you know what? On WDC, the amount of incoming deluge of bullshit reports and CSWs and things was so overwhelming every single day that you had to like just somehow plow through this stuff and come up with an answer and dictate it off and get it sent out. And so then the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So it doesn't surprise me. It sounds like me.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay. Let me see if I've got another one here. Joker. Okay. Joker 71. Give me a happy face.
What's the question?
No, it's just a happy face.
Marc, I just realized something.
Yeah.
Your channel's not eligible for monetization yet. That's why there's no super chats.
I know. I didn't have a question why there was no super chats. I'm just picking up questions.
No,
I answer
people in the.
I answer the people's questions, not
people in the comments. You dirty dog! People in the comments keep asking. I just realized that's the reason.
Oh, okay. No, the funniest thing was when I was in a chat. So if you're not aware of this, on Aaron's channel, because his channel is monetized, people can pay when they ask a question.
I know.
Yeah. And one of the funniest comments, I'll never forget it was like, just like a Scientologist, he's only answering the people that are sending him money. I laughed so hard. I had to take myself off camera when I read that comment because it was so funny. Anyway, I don't have super chats. Like I'm a man of the people.
Well. So. Just like Scientology as well, I don't give refunds.
Here's a question. Do staff members get in trouble when an event advertised to the public isn't successful? I drove past a Christmas event at the Columbus Org and could tell it was pretty dead. The answer to that is yes, absolutely. I mean, if you put on an event and you're the person in charge of that, and 3 people show up for it, well, that might be considered a success these days. But if like nobody shows up, you're in trouble, because there is always someone responsible for any failure. It is not the tech. It is not Ron Hubbard. It is not the bad reputation of Scientology. It is the evil purposes and destructive intentions of some staff member who deliberately screwed this up somehow. And if you're the guy in charge, it's you. And the only thing that remains to be done is for you to figure out what your evil intentions and destructive purposes were that caused you to fuck it up.
Yeah, and they would whenever we would have the events at the shrine, when we would fill the lower level of the shrine, if there was empty seats in the balcony, then it was there was heads were gonna roll the day after the event. Like, why was there nobody up in the balcony, and why didn't we sell out the shrine? Blah 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 blah. Okay, this one says Ed Bickle says, any dirt on Incomm? I was there when Anne Marie Rummelhart was the CO. Oh, is there dirt on Incomm? I should do an entire episode, a whole video on Incomm. But basically, there was a dude there. The short story is there was a dude there who downloaded like the entirety of Incomm onto a DVD, like all Dave's personal correspondence and anything that was juice. This dude downloaded it, and he was on his way out, and I think he accidentally got caught. And that's what.
No. What happened, Marc? This is Tom Rummelhart, Anne Marie Rummelhart's husband.
Yeah,
that's who it was. Tom Rummelhart. He got onto ARS and was posting on ARS or one of those other really old school chats as an assumed name, trying to like defend Scientology or something. Like,
wow.
He was doing something on the internet from the Incomm computers.
Wow.
Like, because he was
from
the
night mainframe.
He was the night Incomm, when your computer went down, you had to call Incomm. He was the guy that answered the phone in the middle of the night. He was there on the night shift. So
talk about security breach.
Oh my God. This investigation went on for months.
I remember they locked everyone up in there, and they weren't allowed to leave. They ate there, they slept there, they brought them food. It was a whole mission from the base. Like, once this happened, there was like 10 people from the base that just disappeared the next day. They were on a mission to Incomm, and they were just gone. And then they never came back.
As I recall, Jackson was one of the people that was on that mission. Gary Moorhead. I think he was.
I think it was Bob Champagne.
Well, but there was 10 people. I think Jackson was one of them. But in any event, speaking of Kirsten Catano, in the end, after Tom Rummelhart had been sec checked for, I don't know.
Jackson was there. He's in the comments.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, look.
I didn't see it. Gary Moorhead. Right, I was. See, I told you.
That's some instant reply there.
There you go. He was. Anyway, Tom Rummelhart got sec checked for maybe 6 months, like every single day, and was then forced to sign all these waivers, and there were lawyers all over it and blah blah blah. And he eventually got escorted by Kirsten Catano to his mother's house in Iowa or Idaho or somewhere, where he was set up and he had non-disclosure agreements and this and that. Like, it was an endless thing. I think she drove with him the entire way there to make sure he didn't try and escape, and stayed there for days making sure he got settled in, gave the shore story to his mother, etc., etc. So yeah, there's a pretty big scandal that has never really seen much or gotten much attention from the Incomm days.
Well, what's really funny is that when I only know what we were told. So a lot of times I have to double check. Like, so the shore story was that somebody was going to leave with all of Dave's personal files. because they can't mention ARS, and
Right.
that could never be part of the story. So we never were told that part, and it's funny that's
But
that's the
if-
real
if-
story.
This
if you
story
want-
includes how far Scientology went to get the identity of the poster, to find out that it was actually being posted from inside
Right.
Incomm, because the flap was, it looked like there was because there was a document posted to ARS that could only have come from Incomm. The concern was that they thought someone had hacked Incomm servers, and the hoops they jumped through to determine, no, someone's posting from inside the Incomm mainframe, I've been meaning to do a video on it, because the whole story exists online and it is incredible.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
But if you want the real scandal of Incomm, the scandal of Incomm is the scandal of Chug. I mean, this is the most insane fucking thing that Ron Hubbard ever came up with. And you know, the Prince Chug, or what, a Duke of Chug, or whatever the fuck he was called, some space opera character like Xenu, who had run planets using computers, and Hubbard said
it's the Duke of Chug.
Duke of Chug. And Hubbard said that he knew how the entire planet could be run with computers, and the Incomm was going to be the place where that would emanate from, and it would result in taking over the planet. And I'm not, this is not even hyping it. This was like, so okay. But the end result of this advanced super technology was dot matrix printers that spewed alerts 24/7. And I am not joking.
Aaron and I did a whole story about this, about how these printers, they would print out these reports, but they would just print 24/7. Like, I bet you they're still printing. Like, they've never stopped printing.
I used to have a stack, Aaron, on my desk every morning when I came in that was at least 2 feet high, of these folded, you know, they fold like that, printouts of all the nudges of all the orders I was now supposed to comply with. And if I didn't comply with them, then it escalated to the next person up the command channels. So everybody underneath me who had failed to comply was escalating all the way up, and eventually reached to me. And so I would have like 7,000 orders outstanding that I was supposed to be, and the computer was keeping track of this. That motherfucking computer was like on the ball. It never missed. Nothing ever got by it. And it was these huge melts.
It was like, it was basically like HAL. It was Scientology's version of HAL. And it was just like, no, Dave, you shouldn't do that, Dave. And it was just.
So Hubbard always comes up with these ridiculous ideas based on his past, his whole track recall, but never with the methodology of how to actually implement the ideas. That's the one thing always missing. Do you know, like he's got this idea of what he wants the e-meter to accomplish, but for some reason he can't think up the way to make it do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He stole that whole e-meter. He stole from that Volney Matheson dude. He basically just lock, stock, and barrel ripped the whole thing off, and then, you know, they say it's what did they say? Cutting edge technology or whatever. It's like, I don't think so.
1951.
Yeah, cutting edge technology from 1950. Okay, you digitize 1951 technology. You still doesn't make it cutting edge. It still measures skin resistance at the end of the day.
I'm betting most Scientologists don't fully realize that the brand new e-meter was essentially taken from the mold of the Easy Bake Oven. I mean, I know we joke about it, but it looks like it really was.
It's so true.
Because Scientologists have never seen an Easy Bake Oven because their kids don't play with toys.
Yeah.
They can't afford them.
Well, they're spending that money on the bridge, not on Easy Bake Ovens. Okay.
Right.
Okay, let's see. Okay, how hard, this guy's asked this question 47 times, so I think I'll just answer it. How hard would it be for a newbie now to infiltrate the COS and rise to high ranks? Impossible.
Yep.
You would. I mean, we were there for all that time, and because we were born in it. If you if there's it's too much nonsense for one person to put up with. And also, it wouldn't work. You just wouldn't be able to do it. It's not a thing.
To rise to the highest levels of Scientology these days, you basically need to be a second generation Scientologist.
That's
you
right.
will not qualify and be able to meet the requirements for ever getting anywhere near to David Miscavige unless you have been raised a Scientologist.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
The highest a brand new person would be able to easily get is one of the continental management units, because that's the highest group. That's the highest org that will directly recruit members, as opposed to having to filter them through lower organizations. Even that management would be like impossible.
Yeah, unless you were a rock star and the sun shone out of your backside, it probably would take you years to get to there.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, Marc,
and also nothing's happening there that anyone cares about.
Yeah. I mean, I was in touch with a guy who was a brand new staff member at the New York org. Like he joined staff after being on course for a week, and he was being relentlessly recruited to join the CLO East US when the guy had been in Scientology for 3 months. So that's what I mean.
Sure.
He could have gotten into the CLO, but he couldn't have gotten higher than the CLO.
Yeah. Okay. What else do we got here? Let's see. What information could you give? What information could you give to someone to cult proof them? Yeah, don't join a cult.
Use Google.
Yeah.
Google.
Do your research. Yeah, do your research.
Hey, here's another one. We want to pay you too. We love you all, except Mike still scares me.
Wow. Where do you see that? I don't even see that.
That was a ways back.
Why does Mike?
Oh.
What are you talking about? Anyway, Mike's not.
It was a ways back. I'm not that scary. Oh, yeah, it was a long way back. I just got stuck. Sorry.
Okay. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah, see? Look at it. It's Stefani.
Oh, the lovely Stephanie Hutchinson. Oh, hi, Steph.
Okay, well, I don't see any other good questions. I'm going to hide this one. We have 7 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to just tell you, Mike. So when I was going through I don't think I read those documents from OSA, my dossier. I don't think I ever just read them through. I might have, looked at a few and went, okay, that's a bunch of nonsense. But when I was going through them to get them ready to do these videos, I mean, the stuff that's in there's phone taps. So they have all my phone records for months listed out, who I called and how long I was on the phone with them.
That's not phone taps, by the way, Marc.
Well, it's getting my account info from Sprint or Verizon or whatever,
right.
Downloading my entire call history.
Right. That's much easier. That's much easier because you just have to pay someone that works in the phone company.
Yeah. Or if you have a Scientologist that works there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's baby shaming. That's in there. There's PIs. There's all kinds of PIs. Baby shaming.
What, Kale is ugly?
Yeah. Kale is an ugly baby, and then that's why I'm posting on the internet. No, 100%.
No
and
way.
They include a newborn picture of Kale in the report.
No way.
100%. You couldn't make this stuff up if you tried.
Oh my God.
There's talk about exactly who in Tom Cruise's family is being sec checked by RTC. They put that in the report because I mentioned some other people were getting sec checked by Tom, and they were like, well, we don't know how he can know about those people. He didn't mention this person who is being sec checked by Chelsea from RTC. And you're like, did you just admit to sec checking Tom Cruise's family in a document? Anyway, there's so much insanity in these documents that I think it's going to take me I think it's going to take me months to be able to go through all these, because some of them, there's a lot. It's like they really packed it in there, and they have all the draft complaints, like they were going to sue me, and all the revisions. And those are the best, because you're commenting like, are you kidding me? This is never going to work. And like, it's in the notes, like it was a Word document that had been added notes in it. And they say WDC OSA, and it has all these notes where Mike shits all over OSA's ideas for the complaint. But yeah, and they talk about how they're chummy with the Riverside district attorney.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have this stuff is detailed out. Even there's a document from Elliot Abelson saying that he's chummy with the district attorney and that they could get this case filed. And there's a lot of stuff in there that's like, you gotta be kidding me. Anyway, and then I just also happen to have a ton of pictures of Kirsten being chummy with LAPD and riding in their car when there's protests. So it all kind of fits together. But if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, click the bell icon so you can find out when these videos are coming. And I'll probably I'll give Aaron a heads up, because he'll probably do a reaction video to my video talking about the video you better believe it. So we'll see. But
you better believe it.
Yeah, he's like, of course I will.
I'm gonna do 100 reaction
and then
videos.
Yeah, and Aaron also had a really good idea of we'll do some reaction videos to that drone footage of the Ent base, because we can pause it and like tell you, okay, this is who works here.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of there's tons of cool videos we're gonna be doing now. And yeah, this was awesome. I'm glad we got Mike in here. I'll definitely invite you on whenever I have one of the documents, Mike, where you actually comment on it or you reply to it, or Kurt. It doesn't matter. There's nothing. Those are the most vanilla of all the documents. The documents coming down. The documents from Kirsten are just like I can't believe this girl put this stuff in writing. This is like insane.
She's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
She's not. And didn't her mom used to do her job before she did the job? And then her mom went nutso.
Her dad.
Colin. Yeah, he had the same job though, right?
Correct. And he was in the GO in DC.
So he was in the Guardian's office in the 70s and 80s.
Yep. And he was an intelligence man. And he was like sort of old and decrepit by the time he showed up at OSA, but he was there for a while.
Yeah, I remember when he was still in.
It's Colin Thorne. Her maiden name was Thorne.
Yeah.
Kirsten Thorne.
Wow. Now she's Kirsten Pedersen.
Yes. Yeah, she ditched old Kevin and got a younger
She
model.
found somebody who worked in the same city as her.
Yeah, exactly. Pedersen, actually.
Pedersen. Isn't he the brother of the dude that's in editing? Isn't there another Pedersen at the base?
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe.
Whatever.
He was a kid when I was there, like literally a kid that was used to run down to the court to pick up papers.
Yeah. Well, he was in our lawsuit. He was sitting in a lot of the depositions, and he was taking notes for Warren and I can't remember the short little guy that was at OSA.
Alan Cartwright.
That's the one. Alan Cartwright.
Linfani.
It was Alan.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. I think we're good. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for doing this.
Of course.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Always happy to hang with you two.
Yeah, this is good. This is going to be good. We're going to get, so I don't know how many subscribers does the Scientology account have, Aaron? Do you know? Scientology YouTube account?
Let me look it up.
I was just going to try to get more than them. That's it. If I can get more than them, I'm good. I'll stop and I won't go crazy. But the other thing is, I think today or tomorrow, they're getting rid of a lot of the bots on Twitter.
Yep.
And I meant to take a screenshot of how many Scientology followers they had. So then we could see once they scrub the bots, how many they had left.
Oh, yeah. Scientology has 80,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Okay, good. So I just need to get more than 80,000. So if you haven't subscribed, click subscribe. I will promise you Will I promise? I'm not going to make any promises. But I'm going to keep pumping subscribers until I get to 80K. Until I have more than Scientology. Then
Well, they're probably going to go down. I think that this is going to become a trend on social media, that all these bot accounts start getting scrubbed.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
even on Facebook, and I mean, Facebook I can't even use anymore. It's like so hard to navigate nowadays. It's like, ugh. And I whatever.
But they have these Scientology accounts that retweet. They all tweet the exact same tweet, and they all like oh, I love this video. I really love how real it is. And there's like 700 of those. I just feel like these people are real. And you're like, well, yeah, of course a bot would say that.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, Stephanie just said, I'll post a challenge on Twitter, Marc. So
Yeah.
I should do the same thing. I should put something on Twitter and say, okay, Marc Headley is trying to exceed the number of Scientology followers on YouTube on his YouTube channel.
Yeah. How fast can we do it?
Go subscribe. How fast can we do it?
Yes.
Perfect.
And because they've been attacking me for, 15 years or whatever it is, since 2005. So, and they have a hate site up. Let's see if I can get more followers on YouTube than them. Well, there we go. And we got bobbleheads. Okay,
Don't
check
shake
this
me
out.
too hard.
Yeah, check. Okay, you ready? Let's see if it worked.
Oh, I'm
What?
getting somatics.
You trying to do the foghorn again?
No, I got better. There you go.
There you go.
Bobbleheads and SP bracelets can be gotten at www.thesphop. You got a typo in there, dude.
That's not a typo. You're making
The
up stories. Let's see.
SP hop. Yeah, the SP hop.
It
Glad
says,
I read it.
It says shop. Quit
It
making up
doesn't.
stories. It does. It
It's
says
going to
shop.
now.
Yeah, it says shop. What are you talking about?
By the way, I'm not sure if
Yeah.
everyone knows that when you place your order at the SP shop, it is Marc Headley driving those things to the post office.
Or
It
Claire.
really is. I take them on my way to
Kale.
work. I take them. No. I take them on my. Well, sometimes Claire will do it, but I usually take them on my way to work in the morning. It's my routine. I get my coffee. I get my bobbleheads. I go to the post office. I drop off SP bracelets, any books, every day, no matter what. Like if you order this, you should know this. If you're ordering an SP bracelet or a bobblehead, or you're ordering a Blum for Good book, it's getting packaged tonight and it's getting taken to the post office first thing in the morning. We don't have days that go by where so if you want to get this thing, any of these things for Christmas, you're going to get it. Okay. Unless you're ordering it from Mike's part of the world, it might take a little longer. I'm not going to guarantee that, but it gets there. It gets there pretty quick too. And we've shipped things to Australia, and then somebody says like a few days later, oh, I got my bobblehead. And I'm always like, what? How is that even possible? So sometimes they get there unusually fast. So
They get special priority treatment by the U.S. Postal Service.
they do because they have SP written on them.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then also if anybody, if you want to, the SP shop, any of the purchases made on the SP shop go to the Aftermath Foundation. If you just want to support the Aftermath Foundation and you don't have a bobblehead, you don't need a bobblehead, or you already have a bobblehead or a bracelet. Now, the aftermathfoundation.org. See,
You spelled it right that time. Good
Pretty
job.
solid right there. I got
Good
that
job.
one. Anyway, thanks guys. Thank you, Aaron. Thanks, Mike. I'll see you guys on the next one. Tune in for the what are we going to call it? The Scientology Spy Files. That's what we're going to call
Ooh.
these documents. Can you think of a better name, Mike?
No, that sounds great.
What
Like
about
that.
you, Aaron? Scientology Spy Files?
Sounds fantastic.
Perfect. That's what we're going to do. Okay, folks. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to try and I'm going to play a video at the end and see if
Bye.
it'll work.